on. All right, you see it. It's Sunday, 281st day of the year, 2023 of our Lord. We are here. We are talking Celtics today. I am super excited by my guest that I have on the show. I have, before I get to my special guest, I got my co-hosts. These brothers are in the building today. I am ready to get to it. We have Rodney Michael, recording artist. He is in the house. And then we have Coach Hill. Coach Damon Hill is in the house. Coach, why do you have a phone? What are you recording if you ain't on social media? Like, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck are you recording right now? Like, this dude got a camera like he doing social media, and he don't even have no social media.
Hey, I want to make a shout out, though.
No. Answer
His
that
birthday
question.
coming up.
Who are you recording? What are you recording to?
This is for personal catalog purposes.
Personal
and on top of that, I have people who
this is funny.
Who need this knowledge.
Oh, okay. For his own personal documentary.
And his birthday's coming up.
That's what my man got. Yeah.
About to be 52, my little cousin.
Oh, we got to give it up to him, man. Birthday shout out to Coach Hill coming up on the 13th.
What makes it even better. Mm-hmm. My third grandson is due on my birthday.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
That's another shout out.
You did say that. I pray that works out. Well, my special guest is here. I am so happy to have this man. I have been hounding this cat on Twitter. See this laugh? Because he knows. I have been hounding this cat on Twitter to get this man to jump on my show. This man is the founder of CLNSMedia in Boston, Massachusetts. He is a beat writer for the mighty Boston Celtics. Everybody give it up for Nick Gelso. Everybody give it up for Nick Gelso.
Happy birthday. My birthday is in 2 weeks, too.
Oh, right on.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
There you go.
Birthday
shout for you.
The studio is so happy with all these October birthdays.
His birthday's when?
He's big birthday, October 25th.
25th.
Oh, that's not weird.
Yeah.
It's cool, but
It's October
it's not a
birthday.
Libra, though.
No, my brother.
Before we go any further,
yeah.
Shout out Paul Pierce. His birthday is Friday.
Oh,
that is right. Yes.
Talk about it. And
Paul Pierce.
major shout out to Nick. I know you saw this. That video that Gary Washburn put on Twitter the other day with him and Eddie House.
Yeah, because he called it.
And they was having a shooting contest. Man,
no. That's a different one.
Yeah, of course. I know you didn't know what we was talking about.
I'm talking about Paul Pierce. He called you know what I'm talking about. He called the trade.
He did.
Like 6 months ago, he was like, the perfect spot for Damian Lillard to go. He mentioned Milwaukee. And in that video, he also talked about Drew Holiday coming to the Celtics.
This was a video that Gary Washburn, big-time Celtics writer, put out, and it was just, them shooting around. And I don't know if there was any current players. It looked like an assistant coach, and they were going at it. It looked like, it was beautiful. But Nick,
Paul was in the corner. He was bullets, Paul. He was bullets. Paul's getting back in shape. He's been in Boston last month, maybe longer.
Right, he has.
Which is great. We love that.
He trying to be Big Three or something?
No, I think he started working out. He had JT work out with him in LA, and ever since then, he's still on it. Well, look, I am so happy to have a Boston Celtic insider here. I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Go to the Big Three.
Who would he play with though?
It don't matter. We're gonna jump right into it.
It will give extreme validation to the league.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Let's start the show.
Let's go.
Let's go right into it.
You need to learn.
Y'all know what we here for. Nick, I am extremely upset. Okay.
Uh-oh.
We need to get him right.
This is why I brought you on, Chief, because I have this guy, Rodney Michael, who is a Golden State Warrior fan, so he does not give a shit. And then I have Coach Damon.
He told me not to say nothing about the Dubs, so I won't.
Right. We ain't talking Dubs today.
Lifelong Celtics fan since 1980.
That's Coach. So
all right.
But see, this is the thing, Nick. Coach is never critical. It's no matter what they do. They could fire Larry. They could trade Larry Bird. He'd be like, you know what? Maybe it makes sense. And then you see who they got back. And then he is never critical of his team. So help me out, Coach. This is the thing I'm upset about. I feel like we gave up too much in this offseason to get the pieces that we got back. I know on paper this is the best team in the league.
In the East. Yeah.
Best team in the league, best team in the East, definitely on paper. I still think it's Milwaukee, but help me out, Nick. I think we gave up too much. What say you?
Oh, man. Prior to Holiday, I was with you, man. I did not like to see Marcus Smart go. Okay. I did not like that at all, especially for, Porzingis, which, by the way, I go up to about his waist. Right. And he's standing side by side by me. Right. But, you just don't know if he's going to be able to play. And giving up Marcus on a team that was already pretty fragile mentality, I think that was a big risk. But now, I was never a big Rob Williams guy. Okay. And bringing in Holiday kind of replaces some of that grit we lost with Marcus going. More importantly, I think as we've seen the training camp this week, kind of flat media day training camp, there's a little more oxygen in the room with Marcus not there. Which is, I'm close to Marcus, tough to say. Okay. Love the guy. But, the void he's left has allowed for guys like Jason and Jalen and Al just to have a little bit more oxygen in the room, talk a little more. And those guys have even been talking about it, saying, Jalen in particular, both actually have been, with Marcus gone, they have to be more vocal. And I honestly think that might have been the stumbling block to a degree, without putting everything on Marcus, because I'm a Marcus guy.
Exactly.
So, I'm a big Marcus guy. You know that. Yeah, you've seen it on Twitter.
I know you are, and that's why I mess with you. But here's my question. I want to jump into that right there, what you just said. You said that, he would take oxygen out of the room. What do you and you mean when you say that, do you mean he would take oxygen out of the room where he would take all the talking points and then there was nothing left for the two J's, or he did all the talking and then two J's didn't have to? Like, what did you mean by that?
I think he was just Marcus was very great with the media, vocal. Right. A lot of times he'd say some things that motivated them. A lot of times he said things that seemed to piss them off. But and again, I'm speculating from what I've learned and kind of witnessed and also putting speculation into it. I think Marcus was the vocal leader in the locker room. And I think Jalen and Jason sat back a bit and let him do a lot of the vocal leading. Right. And I think in times, at times that has caused some friction, particularly maybe with Jalen. But Boston loves Marcus. We love Marcus Smart. So you asked the question, are they better or worse? First half of the offseason, you guys saw, I was probably having meltdowns on Twitter. But at the same time, I do that to bust the fans' balls a bit, too. Green teamers are just, So anyway, but then with the
green team.
What was that? Green teamers, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're, the Celtics never do wrong, Yeah, but you know what though, Coach? I think you would say, even if the Celtics didn't play hard, even the homer you are, you'd probably be pissed off, because Boston fans want their teams to play hard. Like Larry Bird said, it's one of the most famous things he said. You guys probably have heard this. When he come into Boston, Dave Cowan said to him, if you put on that uniform and you dog it, you don't play hard, they will boo you off that parquet floor. And we saw that a couple times last season and in the last couple seasons. So I've always been kind of a homer, a green teamer, I guess, to a degree. But the last couple of years, it's been hard because they've not been the most likable team. Right. But yeah, back to what you were saying. I think the depth that the depth in bigs is difficult. Having sending Rob out, but I think it was due to bring Holiday in. They need that toughness.
I think so. Coach, I want you to answer Nick's question, because that is my thing with you. To his question.
The fact that I can see the forest for the trees always?
No. What he just asked. We're going to be, because you can make blanket statements, but I'm going to be specific. If they don't play at the level that they're supposed to, can they still get it done?
Oh yeah, we can get it done. It just depends on who's going, who that was one of the links that I sent. Available free agents right now is very slim pickings as far as big men.
But they'll thin out.
As far as big men. So then you have to look at, okay, what's the trade market? And then but when you consider trades, you also got to think about what's coming down the pike in the future and what can we afford or not. So then you have to be realistic about what you can have on the squad.
I didn't ask you about the off-season moves. I asked about this team, what he said. This team moving forward this season, like if they don't play to the level they're supposed to, because on paper they're the shit.
There's only one team that you got to worry about. That's Milwaukee. You don't even have to worry about.
Wait a minute. Now come on.
With nobody else
My statement was Boston fans know when their team is dogging it, and they will boo them off the court.
Right.
And you've seen it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you would agree with that. Like
that's correct.
An old school fan. And at the same regard, I don't remember which game it was, but in the playoffs, maybe against Philadelphia, opening play, tip-off, Marcus dives towards not a loose ball, a dribbling ball, steals it, lands on the parquet. No one sat down in the gym the rest of the game.
Right.
That was a foregone conclusion they'd win. And I guess the point going back to is Boston fans, we love our teams, but if they don't try, if they don't dive for loose balls, if they don't take charges, they don't give effort, and they have zero emotion, they'll get booed off the court. And I don't care how good they are on paper. Like the best team I've ever seen on paper that I've covered was Kyrie, Hayward, Al, Tatum, Brown, Rozier, Smart. I mean, that team should have won 2 or 3 championships. That was like the ultimate kind of. And Coach, not calling you this because I know you're not, but like the dorks out there, the spreadsheet fans, the ones that put everything on paper and add it all up and say, oh, on paper, there's no way they can. That team was toxic. Like you'd walk into the locker room after a win and they all look like they lost 5 in a row. And last year.
After a win.
Yeah.
That year with Kyrie was just awful.
Yes,
those 2 years.
Yeah.
Awful to be around. But in the same regard, that team on paper should have won 2 or 3. I mean, you're talking about years where LeBron was kind of down and out. The Warriors were hurt.
Yeah.
And you had Hayward.
He should have been there. He should have been there for Game 7.
Who?
Yeah.
He's supposed to have been there for Game 7
to
help Brad on the bench.
Yeah.
You had already played in that
you are so right.
Before.
That is so right. Instead, he got a nose job. I mean, that's really what he did. He had a deviated septum. But that's neither here nor there. Looking now, I think, and we'll see. Tonight we'll see to start, right?
Yeah.
Mark is gone, and you're going to need some of the other players who have traditionally been less vocal, more emotionless, to kind of step up and be that type of leader. So I'm really excited to see who fills that void.
That's what I look at as far as looking at the growth with Jason. Jason continues to grow every year. And just knowing him personally, knowing his dad, and knowing what kind of teaching that he gets. And then when you hear Jalen is already talking about being that vocal leader. And just knowing the guy that was already there.
Wait a minute. Let me interrupt. I don't think he's talking about being the vocal leader basketball-wise. He's talking about what I've heard him say had to do with everything in the community.
Yeah, come on, both.
Both.
On the court
because
and off the court.
Yeah,
I don't know if he could be that much of a vocal leader on the court.
I don't think so either, bro.
That's why they brought Drew in.
Preach, Rod.
Well, whether he could.
I also think real quick, and I also think that this is a good opportunity, a very good opportunity for Jason Tatum to step up and become the replacement league-wise for LeBron, because LeBron has been. This is 21 season. He's not the heir apparent holder of the NBA. I think it'll have to be someone like Jason Tatum, or, and I hate to say it, I don't want it to be someone from international wise, because if it's not Jason Tatum, it's going to be Jokic.
Yeah.
So it'll have to be someone like Tatum. I don't see anyone American wise who really has his caliber of carrying the mantle of what LeBron did for the last 20 years.
That's a great call.
Well, let me tell you something. There's nobody in the NBA today I would take over Jason Tatum.
Right. That's what I agree.
Nobody.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even the games that, because I'm a Jason Tatum fan. Because of him,
Me too.
I kind of watch the Celtics. Otherwise, I wouldn't. But anyway,
I mean, you watched
Me
us,
too.
you watched us when we had Ray, and when we had the big
you know what? I
three,
did.
so,
I
yeah.
did watch it. I was a
Stop
fan then because of Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, love Ray Allen.
Nick, and I'll tell you,
Everybody love him.
my fanship is based off of players alone. So I'm a Golden State fan because of who?
Oh,
Steph.
Jesus, just get to your point.
But
You were doing good. You were doing good.
But anyway, what I was saying is that
Joe Barry Carroll.
this
Joe Barry Carroll. Hey, Celtics fans love Joe Barry Carroll. He brought us Kevin McHale. Come on. And Robert Parrish.
Right.
the
Our
games
audience
that
don't
I
know who the
saw,
hell that is.
the
but-
games that I saw, right, the regular people in the audience, they don't know who you're talking about. But the games that I saw, and to your point when you said if you don't play hard, the crowd will boo you out the stadium. I think that you all and that media loves Jason Tatum so much that there were some games that it looked like he was just not authoritative that much, and he was not booed.
Not even authoritative. He just did not.
He just didn't even.
This is why.
And he was not booed though. That's my point.
Right.
That's the love of Jason Tatum, so he can be the heir apparent.
He got booed a couple times.
Right.
He gets. You know why he gets booed? Yeah, he gets.
For
booed.
not getting the ball?
He'll get a bit of heckles from the crowd when he complains to the referees. The fans hate that.
Oh, really?
You got to have
Hate
league
that.
pass.
He does that a lot. He does that a lot.
You got to have league.
And he knows he's got to change it. I mean, he knows he's got to
To me,
change
though,
it.
Nick, he does not complain half as much as Luka.
As he should.
Half
Right.
as much as Luka.
And
Half as much
not
as
even
Devin
a
Booker.
quarter much
Devin
as
Booker
LeBron.
and
No,
Luka complain
but
on
what
every
Jason-
play.
Jason tends to, and I think less and less, last season in particular, as time went on, it was less and less, but he tended to anticipate calls, stop,
Now he will
not
do
finish
that. That's
the
correct.
play, and then he wouldn't get back on D.
Yeah.
And that would drive fans crazy, and
Okay.
coaches. I mean, drive everybody crazy. But the Boston beat, man, I mean, we used to be the home of Bob Ryan and Jackie Mack and Steve
Yeah.
Bulpett and some of them, Peter May, some of the best in sports. Today, I was at Media Day on Monday, and I looked at Steve Bulpett. He's one of the old timers, and I said, I don't know, are we getting older or are they getting younger? So, and don't forget, you have to remember this. People like to bash on the media, but, the media today, the beat media today, these are all former teen bloggers. That's what they are. They're guys who blogged and podcasted, in college and high school, and now are actually working the media. So you do hear a little bit less fair criticism, let's put it that way. And I think that's the point you were making. That they don't criticize. Though last year, I would say they were very tough on Missoula, and he's a question mark this year. Though I like what I've seen so far.
Okay, so this is where I wanted to go with it. Another thing that I'm upset about and that has not been replaced is Grant Williams. Oh God, that is something that's gonna work. Come on.
Yeah.
What is it? Grant Williams being gone, Nick and Coach and Rod, I think is.
And I'm laughing on the inside hysterically.
It's a huge. Wait.
The fact that you're putting so much into Grant Williams, come on, man.
Grant Williams was our only other dog besides Marcus, and you laughing
Thank you.
about? Are you laughing about?
I'm
Grant
laughing
Williams?
because I was just looking at the game against Minnesota.
What kind of dog,
And I
though?
just realized how small Grant Williams is.
Yes,
He
yeah,
was
that is
small,
true.
But guess
Grant Williams small as hell.
Okay, Grant Williams small, but who stopped Giannis a couple postseasons ago?
cool.
Who held?
He's not a difference maker.
Who literally stopped Giannis a couple postseasons ago?
He's not a difference
with no
maker.
help.
I mean,
not Robert Williams,
one
not Al.
one or two
It was Grant
possessions,
Williams.
okay.
The majority of that series. Nick, am I
He
lying?
averaged 28.
Am I
That's
lying?
not
All I can say is,
Am I lying?
while the
He didn't average
Celtics
28.
were horrendous and embarrassed and weak and scared of Jimmy Butler last year, he's the only one that got up and got in his face.
Only one.
And he got made fun of for it.
Right.
But you know what?
Right.
He had balls. And all we've been begging for from Jason and Jalen is have balls. Take a charge. Dive for a loose ball. Stand up for your teammates.
Right.
And so
And they don't
that's
do that.
again.
They don't do
I don't think on the court he's so missed, and I think he's another one that took oxygen out of the room. I think he was too loosey goosey at times for those guys' personalities. But the toughness is definitely going to be missed unless somebody else steps up. I mean,
Right.
it's really
I think-
what it comes down to.
As I was saying, yeah.
But and then Nick, isn't it sometimes it's good to have a loosey-goosey guy? Remember the Bad Boys had the
Yes.
That's what Spider's role was. I can't remember nobody on the Spurs but having no kind of point of no funniness to him. But you need to have
Bruce
that.
Bowen,
I mean, Rodney
sort
was
of.
there for the Bulls. I mean, you got on a championship team. I feel like you need to have somebody.
Don't compare Rodman to Grant Williams,
Lucy,
man.
Yeah, and I mean, too, I think
Lucy and elite.
Yeah.
You can be elite and be all kind of shit.
yeah, you're comparing the Hall of Fame guys here.
But you
Dennis
just a regular
Rodman, I mean,
motherfucker on the bench.
You can't be loosey-goosey.
I hear you, but guess what?
Grant Williams, Lance Stevenson. Same kind of
Oh
shit.
no!
Yes,
totally different.
I kind of put him on that same character.
No, not at all.
He
Lance,
just
I'm talking
he's
about
just
the
not gonna
antics.
blow in your ears.
About the
Just
antics.
the brand.
He's just
Don't get
not
me
gonna
wrong.
blow in your ear.
Still kind of players that I want on my squad because they do a lot of shit. But you're small.
Seventh and eighth man.
He
Small.
He did not shut down Giannis, but that dude slowed down
That's
Giannis.
one-
Oh, he
Giannis
did.
did not go
That's-
off on
don't
this,
get me
in
wrong.
that playoff
Grant
because
is
of
okay.
Game
Grant
six,
is
game six
great.
against
No,
Milwaukee.
Grant
He's not
great.
great. He's not
against
great.
Milwaukee.
No, let me rephrase. Grant isn't great, but Grant is great for us for what we need.
Put it like
That's
this.
all I'm saying.
Me and
That's
a
all I'm
buddy,
saying.
buddy of mine, we got a debate about the Role Players Hall of Fame. Role players only. Would Grant Williams be? Would Grant Williams go
No.
to the role player Hall of
To
Fame?
be honest with you,
You don't
look,
think so, Nick?
Nick, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He may say no, and you may say no. You may say no. I get that. But if they would have kept him, and we want to chip with dude, yes, he's in there. Sorry, he's in there. So
I think every team's personality is different, right? I just don't think this team is the most. I don't want to say they're charismatic, but they're not the most, loosey goosey type guys. I mean, Jaylen Brown doesn't smile very much. Tatum's very to himself.
He's smiling now.
Brown is smiling now.
He's really happy right now.
But you know what?
And Jason gonna be smiling this year.
Everybody in Boston is smiling now too because Brown has rededicated himself to the community here, like you couldn't even believe. This summer, where I've always been a little tough on Jaylen, but to see what he's done in the community here in Boston this summer and not had cameras following everywhere,
right.
Just our beat guys, finding them where they are, just hearing about it after the fact. Dude, that's what it's all about, man. I'm so happy, and I know Jason will be even more so. It's not the same. I don't want to say more so, but he's going to be right there with them.
I would love to see
this year,
do more stuff like that. But Nick, I don't mean to cut you off, but in those of you that are listening and you like to call in and give your opinion of this year's Celtics, we're not talking about no other team. We're talking about the mighty Boston Celtics. Feel free, and the NBA.
You need to take a mighty off that.
What is it? Mighty Boston Celtics.
Mighty.
Call in at 515-599-1687. 515-599-1687. Call in with your comments. 515-599-1687.
That's the case, then I didn't know he was only going to talk about only Celtics.
Well, yeah, that's
get it in.
It's basically.
I can talk more than Celtics. I just, here's the drill, guys. I don't start really paying attention until to any other teams until the season starts. To be honest, I'm kind of still, just trying to figure out this team. So I'm go light on other rosters because I'm not yet all the way up there yet. Yeah. But I will tell you this: Boston is the best team in the East. They are better than Milwaukee. If you match them up player for player, player by player.
Thank you.
I don't know who stops Tatum. I don't know who stops Brown on those teams. I do know who could slow down Dame and Giannis.
Drew.
Drew and Al. I mean, so and then and I don't think anybody out west can be. But the funny thing is, or the ironic thing is, I didn't think anyone could last year either. It's so all about health in the NBA, and with the Celtics, this roster in particular, it's about their mentality. That's why, Coach, you said they can afford to take a night off here or there. They really can't. They have to go balls to the walls every game because they're very, very complacent. This roster.
To your point, Nick, you didn't mention who I think is the dark horse of this whole conglomerate that the Celtics put together this year. I'm looking at Porzingis' his stats, and last year he played 65 games with the Wizards. He hadn't played that. I don't think
games he's played.
Yeah, I think that's
ever.
Since he got drafted.
And he averaged 23 points. He was 50% from the field. This is your third option. You can't beat that.
Almost 40% from three. The other thing is, Porzingis.
And he's a big dude. He's
Porzingis has to rebound. Rebound the damn ball.
He can't.
Look at. Show,
he's not in the paint.
Show the difference between.
That's the problem.
How many rebounds did Porzingis average last year versus
He averaged,
Robert Williams?
He averaged 8.4, and Robert Williams averaged 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8.8. 8
2 games a month.
How many minutes though? Look at their minutes.
Yeah, but Rob Williams played 3 games a month, guys. Come on, you can never get in a routine with Rob.
No. Did you hear what he just said? He said the same thing I've been saying. Robert Williams stays hurt. And
you can't get in a rhythm.
Now listen to this. Basketball mind. Can you run pick and roll or pick and pop with Robert Williams versus Porzingis?
Hell no.
To me, I hate that.
You running pick and pop with Porzingis.
You can run it with KP.
And you still got Jason and Jalen on the floor.
But it is not Grant Williams' fault. It is not Grant Williams' fault.
Robert Williams.
Rob Williams. We're not back on
Grant. It is not Time Lord's fault. It is not Time Lord's fault that Joe Mazzulla's offense is only gets garbage points and alley-oops.
He can't shoot. What do you mean?
All he did
before
he may use him a little more than that. And also, too, this man is all I saw him do in the whole postseason was be right there in the paint, and they ignored giving him the ball. Ignored him. You can't do a little lob pass, a little dump, something.
How many moves? I've never seen him do any moves. I've never seen him back down anybody or do a hook.
In summer league. I've seen
a hook. Who does hooks
summer
anymore?
league?
Who does
Guess what?
Something off the glass, some creativity.
He can do it. To me, he has a jump hook.
He does?
He hasn't shown. He hasn't shown. But he does have a jump hook, but he hasn't shown.
Let me ask you, Nick. How's his game?
He will do it during games.
I'm sure you've seen more than we have. Can he do low post stuff?
Can he do than Porzingis?
Yeah. In comparison. Thank you. And that's all I'm saying.
What would you just ask him?
Can he do more stuff low post than Porzingis? Who got it? Yeah.
Anybody ask you that?
Even with the detractors.
It's a comparison. We're comparing
detractors and the negative.
Guys, I love this. Is like my barber shop. I fucking love this shit right here. I don't know if I could say the F word, but I love it. Everybody's talking at once.
You can say
it. Now I'm staying till 4. Damn it. This is amazing.
Even with the detractors and the negative feelings about Porzingis, how many blocks did he average last year?
Probably 1.5, 1.2.
It doesn't show.
You gotta go with the basketballreference.com.
Yeah, because it doesn't show.
Robert Williams probably averaged like 0.3 more. You're getting when you give up Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, and
Time Lord
and Malcolm Brogdon. And you forget about him.
And forget and Brogdon too. So what? You get Drew Holiday and Porzingis.
Okay, here's the thing, right? On paper, those are great additions, and I'm happy to have them, except for KP, because I don't believe in KP. You talk about Time Lord always being hurt. KP has been hurt since Phil Jackson drafted him.
But I think that's the point. Right? Because you're bringing in KP, who is Porzingis has been chronically injured.
Always.
And you're going to back him up with a guy who's equally chronically injured. Yeah, and that's why Rob Williams kind of had to go. Because if you're looking at it side by side, and it's sad, but who are you going to rely on more in playoffs or big regular season games to play, not even to play well? Al Horford or Rob Williams? Over the years, it's proven Al Horford plays more than Rob Williams.
Right.
Rob Williams, if it's not his knee, it's his foot. If it's not his foot, he has diarrhea. I mean, the guy's always got something going on. So here's what I say. I like Rob Williams, and I understand the fan lust for the high oops and the athleticism. But at the end of the day, I don't have any knowledge of this, but I question how much Rob loves basketball. Because these are games that you don't miss for having a stomach flu. Like, you play. This is the playoffs.
But Nick, I got to push back because we saw Rob barely being able to get up and down the court in the finals against the Warriors, and he was out there every game. He didn't DeAndre Ayton it. He didn't avoid big time matchups. He was in them even with Brad Stevens as well. When he wasn't healthy, he was still out there.
And
so what you're saying is he's situational. Who would want to play in the finals? Everybody would play in the finals.
If he didn't play in the finals, he would never play another game probably. I mean, he had such a bad reputation for being able to be available for availability that if you're then out of the final, after you're going to get hurt he'd get another contract, but I think they would have got. He was almost worthless because of the lack of minute or the lack of time he could play on the court. Other teams devalued him, and it would only continue to happen.
Yeah.
So, but the biggest thing is, where would you rather put your faith in Porzingis being healthy and take that risk with the return being what it can be if he is healthy, or Rob being healthy?
That's a good, and I take the first option.
Yeah, and I'll answer it.
Especially since last year.
Your answer is pro.
Yeah.
KP. What is it? I'll be honest with both of y'all, all three of y'all. I would take Rob because I feel like Rob is younger and he has a bigger upside. But it's neither here nor there. And I want to jump back to the JB thing.
Can't teach height.
But guess what? They're both big.
Or shooting. You
so
can't
here's
shoot
the other
shooting.
thing.
Sure can.
You can teach. Hey, you can. If that cat wanted to get a jumper, I feel like he could get a jumper.
It's too
but anyway,
late. Not
the elephant in the room. He finally got sober.
to go.
Yes, I mean, come on. I'm not going to say
You
anything.
know he was a weed head.
Whoa, but that ain't got nothing to do with him not being have a game.
That's why his game was fucked up from the beginning of his career, because he was a weed head.
Oh, well, first off.
That's how he got the Time Lord name.
Whoa.
He was late. You didn't know that? He was late for the plane.
Come on.
Okay, but look, I'm not gonna
Time Lord.
His initial press
What
conference,
we're gonna-
he wasn't there.
What we're gonna
He
do
was
is
late.
what we're not gonna do is blame marijuana for this dude's mishaps early on in his career.
I lost my
Fuck that.
wallet.
We're not blaming marijuana for that. If it's
I
alcohol,
lost my
if it's
wallet
alcohol,
and missed the flight.
If it's alcohol, we do that. Look, all I know is we
Hey.
not on High Off the Glass. If you ever come up with a show, you can bash
Hey, wait a
you can
minute.
bash marijuana on your show.
We can
Right?
ask,
Do it on mine.
we can ask
Fuck that.
Nick.
That's not bad.
How is the THC
Wait, no,
CBD
we
on the
already know.
East
We already know.
Coast?
We already know. Anyway. That's a dumbass
It must be
question.
It's not as good as out
Nick,
there,
can
I
I
can
answer
tell you
that?
that.
Oh.
Nick, Rodney Michael knows nothing about marijuana. So
No,
I'm not
I
answering
just wanted
that
the comparison.
Anyway, my thing is this. I want to go back to the JB thing because, JB, Jalen doing his thing in the hood in Boston. He was already doing that. He was already in Mattapan. He was already in Roxbury. He was already, putting his
Not
feet
with the
down.
loot he has
Yes,
now,
he
though.
was. He was already doing that social stuff. He was already standing up for things that need to be stood up for in those primarily black neighborhoods. I know what
I
goes
think he's
on.
talking about the Black Wall Street.
No, he's talking about.
That's the newest
he's
thing.
talking about what Jalen is doing in the hood in Boston, which is great, which needs to be done. But to me, I love your social activism, and we need that. I wish JT would do more of it. But your social activism will not outweigh.
He does it here, though.
Listen, let me finish, Rod.
No, I'm just saying
Jesus.
JT.
Yo,
JT does it here too. JT is very, 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 very active in the community.
Good.
Yes, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I mean, I'm even talking about there have been times where games we don't even know, and there's a kid in the locker room. It ain't Deuce. It's someone he met,
That he met
doing something
I
whether
like
in a
that.
hospital or underprivileged. So he doesn't make a lot of noise about it. But Jason Tatum we are so proud of that man to have him be
And
the
he
face
comes
of
here and does
sport.
stuff
Yep.
too as
And
well.
He does it at home, so
Yeah.
I'm glad he's doing it in Beach.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You be on his ass.
Thank you, Nick. For, thank you, Nick. You said what?
Oh,
You
the
be
great.
You've been on his ass for years.
Hold on, JT?
Yes.
No, I've been on Bradley Beal's ass. 'Cause
No,
Bradley Beal
you've
don't
been
do
on
shit here.
Jason.
No, my son went to JT.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
basketball camp.
Brad. He be on
Thank you.
Beal.
I've been on
He
Brad
be on
Beal's
Beal,
ass.
yeah.
Brad Beal don't do a fucking thing. Brad Beal don't do all Brad Beal does.
We can run the tape back 5 minutes. You
Brad
just
does-
said it.
All Brad does is what's the league? What's the basketball thing that we got?
The
Brad Beal
AAU.
Elite.
He's got-
AAU, yeah.
He got
AAU
AAU
team.
and elite team that our nephews is on, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. He didn't do shit
He
with
didn't
St.
do
Louis
nothing
Mills like he was supposed to do. He didn't do a fucking thing. So that's why
that was tied in with the EYBL.
Get your guy right. Get your guy right.
Yeah, remember that.
Anyway,
I gotta say one thing about Jalen. So I know you
Hold
don't
on, Nick,
listen
I
to
just want
me.
to say this. I just want to
Yeah,
say
go
this
ahead.
before you jump into that, because that sounds like a good thing. I just want to end this with this. I love his social activism. I want to see more players do it. It's just, guess what? Your social activism in the streets of Boston is not going to outweigh you not doing shit in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, it's Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. It's time for you to show your ass and ball the fuck out and carry this team because our Jordan is hurt. What do? You
Dribble off your foot.
dribble the ball off your foot again, bro. So it's like
Hey.
JB, cool. I'm glad you got broke off. It's gonna be really hard to pay two
Pressure
dudes
bust
$630
pipes,
million,
man.
but you're gonna have to do it. My only thing is Jaylen Brown. I don't even give a shit about him being vocal or being a vocal leader. I don't care about that. Just goddamn ball every night you're out there because there's too
He's
many
got to play
nights.
defense. He's got to protect the ball.
Thank
He's got to learn how to
you.
play
Yeah,
with his
too many
left
nights
hand.
you-
I mean, there's so much talk about Jalen's intelligence, and I think he's a very intelligent man. But sometimes I question his basketball IQ.
Preach.
And,
Preach.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think to a degree, he's always thinking 2 or 3 frames ahead of himself, and his mind goes before his body. And you see that a lot in like Pee Wee high school ball, where players get their bodies out of control and they turn the ball over. Jalen tends to do that. I mean, I have a highlight reel. I know some of you guys have probably seen it. I have a highlight reel. It's 2 minutes of just him dribbling the ball off his foot. I mean,
you can find it online.
And I think that's nerves, Nick. I think that's nerves, yo.
Yes,
that's
it is definitely nerves.
You know, because you're a baller. That's literally nerves. And if he does not get over that, us being the best team on fucking paper is not going to mean shit when your second best player is scared and your third option is hurt, and then your bench is no longer there. I'm sorry. I'm just being goddamn realistic. Fuck.
Wow, you haven't eased up at all.
Who would be the third option?
So,
what'd you say, Nick?
You still haven't eased up since Jalen left. You're still pissed off. Not Jalen, Marcus. You're still pissed off.
I'm trying to figure this out. So,
would it be Kristaps or Drew Holiday as a third option? No. Would it be Kristaps or Drew as a third option?
See, that's the thing. Like, okay.
It might be Drew.
I'll take
be honest
that.
With you.
I'd rather, because to me, Porzingis needs the least amount of pressure on him.
And I agree. And he'll give you 24 and 8 with the least pressure.
You don't
he'll
have
give
any
you 24 and 8.
He was the second best player with Washington last year. So
he doesn't need to be a second best player.
When you're a third or fourth option, you don't have any pressure.
Yeah, that's big for him.
And I'll be honest with y'all, and I'll say this too. Nobody's mentioned this. I literally just saw Drew Holiday get worked by Jimmy Butler in the Eastern Conference.
Oh, no.
In the playoffs.
That was my question. This was going to be my next question.
So is Drew still that defensive stopper that you claim he is? And I know that the league
it was Jimmy Butler.
And I'm happy. And before you say that,
nobody was stopping Jimmy. Nobody was stopping Jimmy on that run.
Jimmy Butler.
His moves were so basic. This dude was doing pump fakes.
It's Jimmy Butler though.
Like he wasn't killing it.
Some of that shit was lucky though. You saw about 3 of them shots.
And it was basic ass shit Jimmy was doing.
Wait a minute before we go further. I want to go back to your last statement because, as far as I know, with these couple of trades, Robert Williams was a starter, right?
Yeah.
So Grant Williams was a bench player. Malcolm Brogdon was a bench player. They're gone. All of a sudden, we don't have a bench anymore.
Yeah,
2 players.
The only person we have on our bench is Derek White. That's literally it. What? Tell me.
Missoula.
I got the roster right here.
Missoula.
Yeah, we got Joe. And his assistant.
They got Sam Cassell now. Sam Cassell. He can check in.
Oh, well, we're talking about coaching staff.
Sam Hauser.
And that's hey, Nick. You know what?
Sam Hauser.
Give him a jersey.
Sam Hauser.
You must not have checked out Sam Hauser last year.
And Derek White. That is it.
You don't like Sam Hauser?
No, I don't like Hauser. I don't think Sam is that good. Sam to me is like.
Wait, you said Pritchard?
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard's good.
I like Sam Hauser over Peyton Pritchard.
Are you seriously?
Peyton Pritchard just got paid today, didn't he?
He just got paid.
I got alert.
What'd they give him? What'd they give him?
$2 million.
I think $30 million. I think.
Holy shit!
For how many years?
I don't quote me. I think it was $30 million for 4 years.
For Pritchard?
Whatever it is, he's
getting
traded. It don't make a difference. He's getting traded.
You think?
Yeah, that's Brad.
Because they need a big.
Brad loves him.
He's too small.
I bet you.
I bet you
$20 right now. They don't trade him all season.
We can go there
for real.
This is what's going to happen. He's going to get traded because
Brad loves him.
Defensively, you can't do anything with him, and it's going to be a realization towards the middle of the year. Like, you know what? He already don't want to be here. So.
Who said Payne Pritchard don't want to be in Boston?
He want to be there for 3 years. Where you been at?
He said he wants to play. He didn't necessarily.
He wants to play. He's not going to play
get me the fuck out of here.
He's not going to play in Boston.
That's who's mad they didn't go to Portland. He's mad as hell.
Here's the thing. They need to almost play him to bolster his value and then trade him.
Yes.
Because no matter what, they need a big. I mean, mid-season, they're going to need a big. I like Luke Cornett, but Luke Cornett cannot be the backup big for the playoffs. It just can't happen. I like them, but it can't happen.
I like him too. I like him because he brings like a levity to the
calmness. Yeah,
he brings a levity, fun to the team. I like him, but that dude is the most unmobile big man I've seen in the last 10 years.
Uncoordinated.
Oh my god,
that's nothing new. But he was like that in college.
But I didn't watch him in college. Most big men in the league right now can do stuff with the ball. Luke cannot.
Don't say most big men. Some big men.
Most big men in the league.
Most big men can't do something with the ball for.
So let me I just want to.
Wait, can I throw us off track here 1 minute?
Yes, sir.
I know we got a Golden State Warriors fan in here, and
God!
I just gotta say, I fucking love the the way Magic Johnson replied to the Steph Curry stuff. Now, I like Steph Curry, but Magic is
Nick. Good job, Nick.
I love that he did that. I love it. I agree with him.
Hold up, we got to clear out the wall. We got to give him the ball. We are clearing out the way. We are giving Rodney and Michael's about to get an ISO. You have an ISO right now. Explain your fucking favorite players' dumb ass comments, and do you agree? Thank you, Nick. That was awesome.
Do I agree with who?
You know with your boy, the man.
What did he say? Tell me what he said.
Right, with your Curry underwear wearing ass. What say you, sir?
Now.
Oh, this is good. Nick, I thank you for bringing that up.
Damn, Nick.
I gotta roll up here. I want to hear this shit.
What you need?
I do not agree with Steph Curry.
You don't?
Thank you.
I do not agree.
Wow.
You know why? Because Magic Johnson is a fucking anomaly. He's a 6'9" point guard that did what he did.
And you can play all five.
Play all five? Come on now. That's no comparison, Steph. I think he just wanted to start a conversation and boast himself up, which is fine. Athletes do that all the time. Why? He's not going to boost himself up. He's not going to boost himself up with Damian Lillard. He's not going to boost himself up with AI.
Yeah.
Why not compare yourself with the greatest?
Sidebar.
Because
the more you think about it and look at the numbers, it is very close.
It is close as far as the numbers.
No, it's not.
Maybe the numbers are, but not the player, not
the numbers
the
are close.
accolade.
But as far as what we've done,
both of them changed the game.
I would
say Magic did in a good way, and Steph did in a bad way.
True.
In a bad way.
True. But they both changed the game.
They coming with fire today.
What Magic did will never be done again. You will not have another point guard with as much talent as Michael had. As Magic has had. You won't.
I don't know.
You have a point guard that played center in the finals. Come on, man. You will not have that. Remember when Kareem got hurt? Magic went in there, scored 32, still 14.
42.
It was 42, yeah. 42. Had 12 rebounds and still had 10. He had a triple-double.
Yeah.
A point guard.
The only reason I see the reason
why a rookie.
Yeah. You will not have that again. There will be another Steph because of how the NBA is now. All your guards shoot now.
Whoa. Think about what you just said.
They won't be as good.
They'll have handle like that?
Let him finish.
Yeah, you have a lot of guards that can dribble.
You're talking about top 5 handle all time.
Yeah.
Wow. Top 5 handle all time.
Yes, you have a lot of guards that can handle the rock.
I mean, I think you guys are old enough to know that we all said in the late 80s, like, no one's ever going to surpass Isaiah Thomas's handles, and we've seen that. I mean,
and we've seen it.
So, we have seen it. But I remember the days
he didn't handle as better as Isaiah, though.
Shit.
Come on, Isaiah was bad.
Are you kidding me? Isaiah was bad.
Thank you.
Hardaway learned the crossover from Isaiah.
He learned it from Isaiah.
Shit. He learned the crossover from Isaiah.
Yes, I talk to Isaiah all the time. He I don't think he does himself a lot of favors either with the things he says publicly. But that man is so forgotten and disrespected. I mean, he fucking killed the Celtics.
I think it was because of his disdain that Michael Jordan has for him.
Yeah, but he's got to let that go. You know what I saw? You know what I saw right before coming on here on Instagram? Somebody was at a party with Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah,
they weren't with him. Yeah, did you see that when he started playing the blues? Oh my god, dude! I got the chills. I wanted to go with my fat Italian body down to the court and start playing. I was so hyped.
Nick, what happened?
That's why I'm so excited. Someone caught Jordan at like a wedding or something, and he's at the table. And they start playing the Bulls theme from the 90s, and he goes absolutely berserk. It was like last week. He's old. Yes.
What did he do?
I'll text it to you.
Please, dear God, Nick, send that to me. What did he do, though?
He started putting his hands up. He started turning around.
Everybody started coming over and like patting him on the back. The women were coming over. He is the man. I mean, that guy's the man.
Yeah. I was there, and it was somebody's wedding?
Yeah.
It was a party of some sort.
No, it wasn't a wedding. You're right. It was a party.
It was a party.
Oh, my God.
And they just started playing the Bulls thing.
The DJ, the caption on the Instagram thing was, the DJ just wants Michael to come out of retirement one more time because he lit up. You gotta see it because you never see him.
Because he was sitting at the table like, I don't want anyone to notice me. But then as soon as that came on, that music came on, he turned around, started smiling. He raised his fist up.
And now,
Coach does not want to hear that.
I don't give a shit. Who gives a fuck? Coach is a hater.
Nick, Coach is not a Michael Jordan fan.
He didn't like the Bulls.
I mean, I wasn't a Jordan fan when he played. I couldn't stand. I was one of those guys going, that dude's never going to win. 7 years, man, was everything. Fuck.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Fuck.
I mean, but he and Kobe maybe. I mean,
now that's who I'm not a fan of, Kobe.
I'm not a big fan of Kobe as a player. I think listen to me. This has to be. I need to be able to say this fully so it doesn't get taken out of context.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
I think history, we people get obviously sentimental and romantic about people that pass on young in life, right?
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of that sentimentality, which, I mean, I was at his funeral. I was at the ceremony at Staples and everything. I was there. I mean, I bought into it too. But when all the dust settles, Kobe Bryant barely shot 40% from the field on several occasions in his career.
High volume shooter.
Dude was a divider. I mean, he was not a good teammate. I mean, there was the scandals off the court. Yeah. So I think, but Michael Jordan, he's the last guy that, like, I really feel like at the end of the game, 2 seconds left, 3 seconds left, he touches the ball and I'm going,
oh, yeah.
As an opposing fan, where I did that slightly with Kobe, but these guys today, I don't do that. When LeBron takes the last shot of the game, I'm like, take it! Do it!
Whoa, wait a minute. Stop the presses. Hold on, wait a minute. We talking about Paul Pierce. You talking about last
Pierce.
shot? Are you
Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. I agree.
Man, I will leave.
No, I agree. But Jordan, Bird, Jordan, those guys could have been in the other end of the court if they got the ball. Well, Magic did it. I mean, they got the ball. Somehow they'd hit a full lane shot. I mean, you just knew.
I'll be honest with you. Prime KD, OKC KD and Golden State would do that for me too. Like when he had the ball,
he did that too.
Like, oh shit, here we go. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was shocking when he bricked it. No, he actually hit it against Milwaukee, but his feet are big.
If he would just become likable, he would end up being such a celebrated player, Kevin. Yeah. I mean,
I'll be honest with you.
Just smile.
I want to segue to who you do a podcast with, but before, real quick, the Western Conference is thick. Like the Rodney Michael. Good luck. Good luck. Like, it is thick over there again. The Western Conference is thick again.
I think it's just only the Nuggets, bro.
The Lakers are going to be good.
The Nuggets.
Denver, the Lakers, and possibly,
Golden State's going to be there.
It's not going to be the Lakers. It's going to be Denver.
It ain't going to be the Lakers.
It's definitely us, and it's going to be probably...
what about Phoenix, guys?
Phoenix, that's what I'm thinking of. The Suns.
And the Fakers are good as shit. The Fakers
and Dallas. I mean, I don't like Kyrie. I don't believe in him. But
Dallas?
Still, whenever he's on a team,
Are you talking about our Cowboys here? You talking about our Cowboys?
No.
I'm talking about the Mavericks. Don't get me going on the Cowboys.
Realistically speaking,
you mentioned
in the
that
West,
great team.
I would only go with Denver, LA, off top, then Golden State, and possibly Phoenix until Phoenix proves something. Other than that, I ain't worried about nobody else.
I think Phoenix is going to be dope.
I don't think
Phoenix is going to be
the East is definitely deeper than the West, if you ask me.
Wait a minute.
The East is deeper? No.
Yes. You got you got the Bucks.
You
got
Orlando got better.
You got Orlando. Don't forget the
Atlanta's going to be better.
Orlando got better.
Don't forget the Pacers. Don't forget Miami's still there. That's 6 teams.
Atlanta.
That's 6 teams right there.
The Knicks.
That's 6 teams.
Did you see Paolo Banchero?
Slow down. Didn't Atlanta get rid of Collins though? They got rid of
No, they re-signed him.
All they got is old boy from San Antonio and trade.
No, Collins got traded.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to know who they got in return. Here's the thing. I think Phoenix is going to be better because of this, Coach. This is not the Phoenix team that they just threw together in February last year. This is a Phoenix team that has been together all off season.
They still got KD.
They just got thrown together.
You know what I'm saying?
They still got KD.
They just got thrown together, dog.
You have an owner who's spending money. That's not thrown together. You have a training camp to make it work.
Isn't he suspended, the owner?
Dude, the owner training camp is nothing but a week
and a half now. Suspended somebody?
They still got KD.
They got a jail on the fly.
It's better than doing it the way they did it last season, thinking they was going to win.
I agree. This
team
Phoenix
is going to be a hell of a lot better. Only thing I doubt about them is Frank Vogel. I don't know if he.
Now, who did they give for Aiden?
Why does everybody pick on Frank Vogel?
Nurkic. Okay.
They got Nurkic.
That's not a huge improvement.
Nurkic is good if he could just stay healthy. That's another problem with another cat with health problems. But let me go.
It's not a huge improvement.
I want to bring it back to the Fakers. You and I want to say this about Kobe. Everything you say about Kobe is correct.
I do respect him.
Right, but I think that does happen since he's passed. He gets a little more love. But the one thing I'll push back on that with about Kobe, Nick, is that Kobe was starting to smile. Kobe was
yes, there's no doubt.
Kobe was pushing WNBA. He's wearing the hoodie. Yep. Goddamn, Gigi was about to run the fucking WNBA, like running.
But listen, I agree. I agree with you.
I just want to say his the way I saw him, because I could not stand Kobe. You know who my team is. I mess with GOAT. I'm a Celtic fan. I could not stand Kobe. But the way he started to change, and he was like trying to help players too, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a cool motherfucker. So
I would agree. I would agree with all that. But it's no different than Jim Morrison. Go through the all time, whether it's a musical artist, whether it's an athlete, whether it's when they die young, a celebrity, we fall in love with, and that's human nature. So I think Kobe deserves that, and he did basically turn around his whole off the court persona, no question about it.
Before he passed,
everything that you guys
he passed,
everything you guys are saying is true. One thing, I always hated the Lakers, but I did always. As a coach, I got to the point I could not hate Kobe because he constantly came back improving his game. So it was like, no, I got to separate the personal feelings. And then after he passed, I realized how many people younger than us grew up with Kobe.
Yeah, he talked.
Kobe was the man to think about. The Lakers have
their
army of fans.
Yeah.
And Kobe grew up with all of these people.
No doubt about it. And players too.
Players
like Tatum.
Well.
Tatum.
Justin and
JT loves him.
Curry.
Yeah.
Justin Ewing.
Yeah.
Being a Laker fan.
Yeah.
I realized
Curry and Clay.
Kobe went to the prime with Brandy. This is like the mid. Kobe had a song with Benny Siegel.
Yeah, because we graduated the same year.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Benny Siegel and Brian McKnight.
I get it. And that's 100%. And that's what he did. We love you, Kobe, and we miss you. That's for sure. But I want to say this,
there's no doubt,
all day. But to back when the Fakers weren't the Fakers, when they were the Los Angeles Lakers, and they had this thing called Showtime, and it was the shit was so amazing and so dynamic and so wonderful and never been done before. It was a goddamn turn into a series. Rodney Michael, watch that show. I meant to send you a text and remind you.
Never been done
watch
before.
That show.
I can't.
Watch that show. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just watch it.
This season was really good. It's canceled now, though.
I can't, man.
Nick, in winning time to shit. In winning time to shit.
It is, but they canceled it, bro.
That's a Celtic fan that just said that, y'all.
It's been canceled. He just said it's canceled.
Yeah, it is canceled.
It's canceled.
That
second season was so damn good. It's not even funny. And then they canceled it. I mean, the Celtic stuff in that second season was amazing. I still haven't watched the last episode they released because I want to save it because I'm so sad they canceled it.
Right.
I don't know, man. I can't do it.
I just watched it, Nick. It's amazing. You need to watch it just to get your basketball IQ up. That's for real. But there's
my shit's already 160.
You know, back in the day, shit, you're laxed on that. It's like you're not even a smoker, but you forget classic shit. What is it?
I did catch
Don't leave that, Nick.
They were talking about. I caught one episode.
Winning time.
I was over a friend of my house. He turned it on, and it was the episode when Larry and Magic was rookies and coming out of.
Last season.
Okay. You talking about season 1?
I don't know what.
Yeah, it was season 1.
What'd you think?
I mean, it was cool. They talking about Boston, but
it was dope as shit.
No, season 2 though, they got a lot of red in it, a lot of Larry Bird, a lot of Boston Garden. It's damn good. Second season.
Before we get out of here, because we got to shake. Nick, tell us real quick, man. You host a podcast with a Hall. I don't know. Coop's not in the Hall of Fame, but he should be.
He should be. He will be.
He should
Michael
be.
Cooper.
You host a podcast with an all-time great Laker.
Great.
I know his number is retired in the rafters and Staples. What? How did that happen? Like,
it should be. It's another one. It should be. They're gonna retire 2 LeBron jerseys, but not Coop's.
Whoa,
I don't.
Genie,
or Byron Scott. Up. Genie, what are you doing?
Genie, you fucking up. Wow.
Wait, what Laker are you talking about?
Michael Cooper.
The bird stopper, man.
I don't.
Speaking of numbers,
we talking about the dude that will forever be cemented as being dunked on by Dr.
Yes, by Dr. J. He gets paid every time they play that dunk, man.
He will never.
He does.
He can die, and that's the only thing that everyone will remember. Him dunking.
Before we go.
So how about this, guys? I had Dr. J and Coop replay the play on the show. It was pretty awesome.
We were young when that shit happened.
Right. Oh yeah, baby.
My greatest
rock the baby,
man.
Like man,
rocking the baby.
Chick Hearn with the classic.
Mike, hey, I want to talk about no left hand.
I'm going to block it. No, I'm not.
I want to ask him something.
Dr. J had no offhand. Very similar to Jalen. I know you got a rap, but I'm just saying, throw that in there.
No, but hold on. Talk about the podcast and how did you get this off? We got to talk about this before we go.
Yeah. So I'm very close friends with a lot of retired players, and so I arranged for Cedric Maxwell from the Celtics to do a podcast with James Worthy because they were like rivals in the '80s, wow. And then from there I got to know Kareem and Coop, and then Coop introduced me. I've just been blessed, guys. Wow. I mean, I have
that's great.
I have a Rolodex full of. I can't tell you who the seventh man is on the Atlanta Hawks, but I can sure tell you who was on the Atlanta Hawks in 1987.
Oh my goodness!
Yes. I have all the numbers.
John Concaf?
Concaf, he was a center.
John
Concaf.
So Spud Webb. Spud Webb was on there.
Spud Webb.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Livingston, Kevin.
So Kevin Ollie. I've been blessed, and that's how I got to know Coop, and then his co-host was Norm Nixon, and he bowed out. He's coming back, so I'm kind of just filling in the last year or so, which we've had a blast because I'm a Celtics guy and he's a Lakers guy. Obviously, he's a legend, and so it's fun.
Where can you find that? Where can people find that?
Yeah, it's on Showtime with Coop. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on CLNSmedia.com. If you're a Celtics fan, every single Celtics podcast there is, except maybe 1 or 2, is on CLNS. So just search that on iTunes or Spotify. You'll find them.
All right. Thanks, Nick.
I'm heading to the garden, guys. I'm heading out to the garden now.
Nick, tell people where they can find you. Well, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter. It's not X. It's Twitter at CLNS_Nick. Instagram, follow me. Don't. It's just CLNS_Nick. I don't really do much business on there, but Twitter's fun. Bust my balls. I love getting the fans riled up.
Nice. Hey, hold on. Coach has a question for you before you.
Yeah, sure, Coach.
Get out of here.
Even though I do like Peyton Pritchard, we need that number 11 back up in the rafters for Chuck Cooper. We should have never brought that down for Kyrie. I think personally, since we brought that jersey down, we have been cursed.
That's been the hex. Yes, I agree.
He just said it.
See, he know.
Good call.
He know
damn well we went.
Lobby for it.
Why would he even want to wear that?
Because he doesn't know the history behind it, and no one told him. That's why.
And not only that, you got Charlie Scott who wore that number 2. That's a 2-time Celtic champ who is a legend and a Hall of Famer.
Tar Heels in the house. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so guys, this was a ball, man. I'll come back anytime. This is a lot of fun.
We appreciate it.
Yo, Nick, this was great. Thank you for jumping on High Off the Glass. We about to get out of here. Please come back. You are always welcome.
I'm going to go get high, then go down the garden. I'm just kidding. No high.
We know you ain't a smoker. Right on, Nick. Yo, we about to get up out of here.
I got my gummies, man. There you go.
Gummies out the
later, guys.
Try to flower.
God bless you guys. God bless you.
Bless you. Let's go Celtics.
Take care.
Nick. Come
Bye,
on
guys.
back.
Tatum.
Later.
This was dope. Thank you, sir. Yo, this was a great show. We are out. Man, this was a great episode. Thank you to my brothers Rodney Michael and Coach Davis for coming in and being down here tonight. We are going to get back to our normal segments next week, but we had to get it in. This was good. This went by too quick. Yo, y'all got anything to say before we get out of here?
Go Warriors. That's just
shit. Where can people find y'all?